Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and I help people find their center. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 traits of starseeds. And these are some things you may have heard before. These are some things you may not have heard before. And first off, let's start to talk about what is a starseed. You may have seen from a couple other videos I've done me talking about starseeds and how starseeds are people, which is mostly a lot of us here on the planet, that realize that we're connected to just beyond our physical body and that we exist on multiple planes and multiple dimensions in reality. That we exist like in different star systems, we exist in different planets, we exist in the multiverse that is not just Earth. And starseeds are really highly gifted individuals. I've seen a lot of starseeds that are mislabeled with either ADHD, autism, ADD, special abilities, and you don't have to have one of these designations. You could have like anxiety and not know why, and it's because you might be a starseed. So how do you know you're a starseed, and what are some traits of starseeds? First off, you can only perceive of that which you're the vibration of, meaning if you Googled starseeds, if you looked up videos like this, then you're most likely a starseed. So you may feel like you don't quite fit in here on Earth. You may feel like, you know, this planet is really harsh, like you don't quite feel at home in your body. You don't feel quite at home in your home. You don't feel quite at home among your peer group or your family. You may feel like a loner. You may feel like drawn to stuff like Star Trek and Star Wars, and you may feel like that's more of reality than the, you know, the everyday muggle world, so to speak. Like when I was like 7 years old, I was really into Star Trek The Next Generation, and I just found that so fascinating. And I'm like, there's some part of me that knew there was some truth to that, that we exist beyond just this reality, and that we've traveled and there's starships out there, and that we actually can travel in those starships, and we do at night. We travel in light ships, we travel in various different ways. And if you check out Gaia TV, Cosmic Disclosure, it talks a lot about ETs and aliens and different things like that. So anyway, how do you know you're a starseed? What are some traits? Number 1, you're highly empathic. It means you can pick up on the environment around you. You pick up on the emotions and thoughts and imprints of others around you. And you may have done this since you were a young child. You may have, you know, felt like you can pick up on other people's emotions really quickly, and it can be overwhelming. You may feel overwhelmed in crowds or large groups, and you may feel the need to like disconnect from the material world. You may feel like you need to go within and be by yourself to clear out your energy. So number 2 is that you're an eternal child. The second trait of us being a starseed is that you're an eternal child of the cosmos. You're highly gifted, and you have the curiosity and the wonder of a child and the nature to explore. So in addition to being empathic, you most likely are highly gifted and recognize that you're a child and we came here to play, that this matrix isn't all that is, and we came here to play like a video game. We came here to raise our vibration and play and see what we can manifest and have some fun. And you're most likely very highly gifted. You may have, you know, like I just said, you may be able to read people's emotions. You may be able to read thoughts. You may be clairvoyant. You may be able to predict things. I know some of the starseeds that I worked with that had autism, they could predict things. They could like put these puzzles together in like minutes. Like I got 2 starseed children. My son has autism, one of them, and the other is transgender, but they're both starseeds, and they are both super gifted writers. They both channel information, and they both are labeled with quote-unquote ADHD or whatever, but that's just accessing, you know, dimensional, higher stuff. Like, so they access higher dimensional states. They can hear stuff. So number one is you're highly empathic. Number two is it's kind of two parts. You're a highly gifted individual, and you recognize that you're an eternal child of the cosmos. Number three is that you're a leader. You're most likely bold and authentic. A lot of the starseeds I worked with, especially the ones with autism, they didn't like being controlled. They didn't like being like told what to do, so they wanted to march to the beat of their own drum. And a lot of them stood up for conformity. A lot of them stood up against quote-unquote rules and like boring stuff. They don't like to be fit into a box. They don't like to have their energy controlled. They don't like to be told what to do. They just want to kind of march to the beat of their own drum, and they don't like to be suppressed in any form. So number one is empathy, is highly empathic. Number two is an eternal child of the cosmos with high gifts. Number three is leadership, bold, authentic, truth tellers. Number four is highly compassionate for Mother Earth, for the creatures of Mother Earth, for the plants of Mother Earth, for the quote-unquote underdogs, for those that are bullied, for those that are underserved populations. Like, I had a hard time speaking up for myself growing up, but whenever I saw an injustice to an animal or somebody that was being picked on, I would automatically step in and say, enough. I would tell them to stop. I would stand up. I would be bold. And that's when my leadership tendencies would come out more, is when I'm advocating for others, when I'm advocating for others to look within and to tune into the truth of who they truly are. And I don't like seeing people pushed around. I don't like seeing people bullied or told that they're less than. And I'm here to remind you that you're powerful. So it's important for you to tune more into who you truly are and recognize that you're powerful, and that it's okay to be different. It's okay to be like, have sensory challenges. It's okay to have food allergies, and it's okay to kind of march to the beat of your own drum. And if you want to be alone, and that's cool if you need to clear your energy a lot. I do. I love to be out in nature. I'm grounding myself right now because I do have a lot of energy. Being mislabeled as ADHD just meant that I had a lot of excess energy to clear out. It means that I move around a lot and I'm fidgety, and sometimes I need to exercise a lot. So grounding myself and grounding the energy, it's because I'm channeling from higher dimensional states, and that energy is more movement based than what is here currently happening on the stagnant energy of Earth. So you've got empathic, highly gifted, eternal child like state. You're a leader. You're highly compassionate. Number five, you understand the importance of disconnecting from the matrix. You understand the importance of resting. You understand the importance of connecting to nature, to Mother Nature, so that you can align yourself, clear out your energy, and be in that natural high vibe state that you are. So it's so important to turn off the phone, to turn off the devices, disconnect from that artificial world. And, you know, social media has a place, Instagram and, you know, YouTube and all that other stuff. But it also creates the sense of artificialness. It creates the sense of surface level stuff that sometimes really frustrates me, that it's just like superficial, and I have a hard time because I'm a deep being. I love connection. I love connecting to others on a deep level, and I'm grateful for the technology, don't get me wrong. And I'm also aware that it does create a false image. It does create this like sense of materialism, or this sense of surface level crap, when there's way more to life than just what's on the Instagram. And I heard Ralph Smart from Infinite Waters talking about this. He called it Instagram because gram is like a gram of coke, because it's addicting. So getting off this artificialness of it and using it as a tool in a time and a place, and then setting that aside and connecting connecting with nature, connecting with your inner self, which is where all the power is. And starseeds know this. This is traits of starseeds. So number 6 is our perception creates our reality. Our perception and our beliefs are mirrored back to us based on what we believe internally. So think of it this way. Your awareness, your center of consciousness is what seems to make life come alive. It's our projection from our inner self outward that makes the trees come alive. It's what makes, snakes seem alive. It's our inner being projecting outward that appears to make the whole world seem alive and disconnected from us, when it really is like a movie projector. So what you feel based on your beliefs, based on your perception of reality, is something that starseeds are aware of this, and we know how to direct our energy and our vibration in a way that's beneficial, in a way that is, seeing past the illusion of the matrix and recognizing that we are all eternal beings that are all one, but in individual spheres of consciousness that are having a temporary experience. So it's important to, like I said, to connect with that internal part of yourself, to understand that your thoughts, your beliefs and your intentions are projected outward and are manifested back to you based on what you're seeing on the physical picture and the vibrational picture. So if you want to change something, change from the inside out. You can try to change all the external that you want, but it won't help. So you have to go within. And the last thing that traits that all starseeds have is they're connected to the present moment. We understand that there's only the eternal now. What seems like the past and the future is really all happening simultaneously. So they call it a present because they call it the present because it's a gift. It's the eternal now. It's the realizing that our past doesn't define our future, and that we get to define it. You get to decide how you want to live your life. You get to decide what beliefs you have from the number 6. You get to decide whether or not you want to disconnect from the artificiality of the world and tune into your inner power, which is within. So the 7 traits again is number 1, highly empathic. Number 2, highly gifted, eternal, childlike state. Number 3 is leadership. You're a leader, you're bold, you're authentic, you stand for something, you stand up for what's right, you rebel against any forms of control. Number 4 is you're highly compassionate for other starseeds, maybe not other starseeds, but like for animals, for plants, for underserved and under-advocated for species. Number 5 is you understand the importance of disconnecting from the artificiality, from the matrix, and connecting within, connecting to nature. Number 6 is your perception and your intent creates your outward experience. And number 7 is that you understand that now is the only moment that truly exists. So I hope you like this video. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe, check out some more content. I love talking about starseeds. I love connecting with other starseeds like myself, other high vibrational beings. You're awesome, you're amazing, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace, unity, and peace.